What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Friday. It's Friday already, guys. You're getting done with work pretty soon. The weekend's starting. If you're up in the upper Midwest, it's actually nice out, so there's a lot to be excited about. Nothing more exciting, though, than the NBA playoffs, which are coming up soon. You guys know I have been talking about this nonstop for weeks, if not months now. Every day they get just a little bit closer, and I am a happy guy about it. So hopefully you guys are too. That being said, we got another day of NBA DFS to discuss as far as the regular season goes. Probably going to get wild tonight. I would say that's a pretty good bet. In the meantime, though, I want to give a shout out today to we have a long time on and off customer in Dave Jones, who, again, signed back up for a membership. He's with us mostly since the beginning. So I told Dave I'd shout him out on the show today. Just wanted to say, he was saying thank you that he's up over $3,000 the last couple of years, and he appreciates the help that we give. And we appreciate kind words from customers like you guys, Dave. Help making the five back a better place. If you guys are interested in a membership, they're all done through the website. Unless you just want the rest of the NBA season, you can make a simple $25 payment via PayPal or Venmo below. We should get an opportunity to run some drafters today too, guys. So sign on up and come play. Honestly, if you played on drafters already, just let me know and we'll get you into the player pool. Let's rock and roll. Again, membership's available at the website. $25 will get you the rest of the NBA season. Otherwise, monthly will get you both baseball and basketball. Subscribe to the station if you're new to it. Let's talk about today's plays of the day. And let's start with the Golden State Warriors, who currently are listing Steph Curry, Andrew Wiggle Wiggins, Mulder, and Draymond, all questionable in this one. So I think the odds-on favorite, based on what you're seeing from projections, is that these guys aren't going to play. I stick it in the firm category of I have absolutely no idea what Golden State wants to do tonight. However, it's something that you really need to pay attention to. It seems like the kind of situation where they could be all out or all in. And if they're all out, you're probably going to be stuck loading up with just a bunch of Warriors in this one. So we talked about Toronto a lot yesterday, and kind of the consensus we came up with was that there's a couple pieces you can get into, but you don't want to sell your soul for Toronto because guys are priced up a little bit. It's going to be little bit different in Golden State today because guys like Nico Mannion, for example, Jordan Poole, I mean, they're going to be way, way, way too cheap against the Pelicans team missing all of its best players. So you're going to have a bunch of, NBA JV players out there tonight. Jordan Poole is a very capable DFS player. He's only 4,100. He gives you shooting guard eligibility. So keep your eyes on the Warriors. There's a potential here for 3 to 4 members of the Warriors to be like uber chalk today, and Jordan Poole might lead the way, as I currently see him projected for over 80% ownership, which means that a lot of the sites kind of plan on these Warrior guys not playing. Next up, let's talk about Reggie Jackson. And the Clippers are another team primed to rest some guys tonight. I know Doc was saying that, not Doc, wow. Kicking it back old school a few years right now. No. Lou is saying that he think there's a chance he doesn't know what he's going to do with the Stars tonight. Guys, the playoffs are coming. The Rockets are all kinds of terrible. I don't expect to see at least one of Paul George or Kawhi, if not both of them, out of the lineup tonight. So I think our Clippers are another team you're going to have to give heavy attention to. Reggie Jackson's coming off one of his best games in a while last night. And if he gets to run the show and have insanely high usage against this Rockets team, I'm heavily interested in this one. So Jackson's a guy who probably won't play a major role come the playoffs. So you don't really need to worry about rolling him out there. They're going to have Rondo out there and Beverly. I'm not saying Jackson won't touch the court. He just won't be out there for 35 minutes a game. So you don't have to worry about playing him too much or anything like that. So the Rockets are awful. You guys know this, right? Everybody knows the Rockets are terrible. Reggie Jackson, if those dudes are out tonight, has legit 10x upside. All right, nice up. Let's talk about this Westbrook character. I think some of you guys may have heard of him before. So it's crazy to say this, but Russell Westbrook would be in play at 15,000. So you've heard me whining and crying on the show the last month or so why they wouldn't raise Russell Westbrook's price. Well, they finally did it. It finally came. With a couple days left in the regular season, they finally got their heads out of their butts and raised his price. We got no Bradley Beal tonight. The Wizards still need wins. Plus spot at home against the bad Cavaliers defense. Westbrook should be able to do whatever he wants tonight. The thing about Russ tonight, though, too, with all the value out here, he doesn't even need to be great for his price. Like, if he just rolled into 55 points tonight, he's actually still not a bad play because that could be one of, if not the highest scorer on the slate. And with all the really, really good cheap value we have at our disposal, raw points would be enough in this one. it's different at the end of the year like this than it would be, say, like if we were in the middle of, December or something like that, and you'd merely want him to get, you want at least potential for a 6x upside, which he does still own at 12.8. But here you don't even necessarily need that just on raw points alone, because there's going to be a variety of like 4K guys outscoring 6K guys tonight. And if you pick your right spots on this one, you don't even need Russ to be great. You just need him to be good. And like, what are the odds he's not good? He's always at least good. And again, he has every opportunity to still give you 75 points right here. He kind of does it on the regular anyway. Washington still has plenty to play for. So I don't know. Russ just makes too much sense on this slate for me. And I don't love the other studs at all. All right, let's talk about the Detroit Pistons. And let's talk about Tyler Cook. Right now, we have Mason Plumlee and Isaiah Stewart listed as out for the night. Also, no Jeremy Grant, which cuts into the usage when he plays for everybody else. I don't know what the Nuggets are going to do today, but I kind of expect some weird stuff. And at the same time, though, I kind of think Jokic will play because he's played every game this season, but I don't know that. Maybe they choose to rest him. Maybe they don't. Who really, really knows this early in the day? I think the point here for the Pistons is big men have a tendency to walk into points a lot easier than other positions. We saw an example of that last night with JaVale McGee on the flip side of this game, who, hypothetically could also be in play tonight if things work out a little bit funky. So I'm looking at Tyler Cook and Jahlil Okafor, and depending on how this slate breaks down, they might either be popular or not popular. It depends on how much value comes out. Also, whoever starts in this game is the one more likely to be the chalkier of the two players. People probably won't play both of them. So, like, if Cook is starting, I think he'd be like the cash game guy, especially because you can play him at power forward. However, Jahlil Okafor has been a bust at the NBA level, but he's had good DFS games, and that basically the min against a Denver team that may not even be out of a full allotment of players tonight, he could be a very intriguing play in my opinion. Last up, let's talk about Kelly Olynyk. Kelly Olynyk, who I feel like we've been talking about for the last week or two now, continues not to get enough love on a daily basis. And I think a lot of that just comes down to the fact that there's sticker shock with him at 8K. Seems way too expensive. We've all seen Kelly Olynyk from his time on the Celtics to his years with the Heat, now over to the Rockets, be nothing but a guy that would range in the 3 to maybe 6K range if he was filling in for a few games for somebody that was hurt. But we've never seen him up near this price. This guy has been balling. Just look at the game log. There's no Christian Wood tonight. I think he goes under-owned tonight because of the sticker shock of his overall price. And I like him specifically better if the Clippers, who are on a back-to-back, run out the B squad tonight. Like if you got no Kawhi and no Paul George, then I am going to like him substantially better because you expect a competitive game at that point then, with just, less quality defensive players. So look for Olynyk to potentially make a guest spot in people's lineups tonight. And I'm talking about you guys over here because he has been nothing short of sensational lately. And it's not crazy to think Olynyk is like a top 5 scorer on the night, really. Like outscores guys more expensive than him because they seem to be giving him free range to just kind of do what he wants. All right, y'all. That is what we got today. We'll hit you with some baseball in just a little while. I appreciate you guys watching. Have a great Friday. Do something wonderful with your weekend, and we'll see you for baseball in a bit.